I have been asked to make a video about the process that I keep talking about that people who stutter need to make in order to speak fluently. Well, I've come out to nature to do this because the process is one that is natural. And nature takes care of things beautifully. These flowers are growing because they have the right ingredients. If we take out an ingredient, then the flowers just won't grow. So I want to use that metaphor for explaining to you what the process is. Now, the process for speaking naturally is just what everybody who doesn't stutter does. And that is that when they speak, their thoughts are only on their ideas. They're not thinking, what words am I going to say? And for the most part, they're not even thinking that they're talking. So the first important part is to not be so conscious of talking. You have ideas, stick with your ideas. That's the reason that you're going to speak. Now, the second principle that needs to be followed is that the brain transforms ideas into language one sound at a time. In other words, we don't speak in words. Words are what we build. Words are what we create. So if I'm going to say interdependence, I didn't say that as a whole word. I said it as a progression of sound syllables. Now, we don't think about those. It's not natural to think, what sounds am I going to be saying? So, as soon as the sounds come into the speaker's mind, they're already being said. Doesn't mean you don't know a little bit about what you're going to say, but you're not focused on what the words you're going to say. So that is a very important principle. As soon as your brain develops the sounds that are necessary for your language, you're already speaking. There shouldn't be a time lapse. Now, we do these things in our brains, think, develop language, when we're writing, when we're just thinking to ourselves. However, we also do it when we're speaking. And when we're speaking, we need to produce a voice. And the voice is really what is used in order to speak. So when you're speaking, the most important thing is to produce vibrations with your voice. And vibrations do not contain speech sounds. They do contain the mood of what you're saying, the intonation pattern. However, the voice will create these patterns. Oh, a big bee just went by. That's nature. Sometimes we're distracted. So we do have to just produce the vibrations with our vocal cords in order to produce speech. And then the mouth will move automatically. The mouth moves as the brain is developing the speech sounds of language. So everything is pretty automatic and everything happens simultaneously. You don't have to think about it. So think to yourself, when are you most fluent? When you're worried about speaking? When your brain is focused on how to speak? Or when you're just developing your language naturally? These principles can be learned. It does require sometimes more practice, sometimes less practice, but they can be learned, and I hope that you will discover how to use these principles to help yourself develop your own inner fluency, which is there now, but maybe in some way you're interfering with that without realizing it. So, hope this helps you, and if you have questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Bye.